This has been another presentation from Nine's Wide World of Sports.
Mark Waugh is in the side and Merv Hughes. But they know they have everything to play for today. Today must be their great moment on this tour. The Benson Hedges World Series Cup points table, the West Indies have 10, Australia 6 and Pakistan 4. And Australia's run rate is marginally better than Pakistan's at the moment, hence the need for Imran Khan's team to score very quickly when it comes their turn to bat. We join play now in the 5th over. 12 runs are on the board. Imran Khan is coming into bowl to David Boone, and your commentators are Bill Laurie and Tony Kosier.
Well hit. Picked it up well and lifted it for 4. Wasn't that far away from the fine leg fielder, but there was no way that he was going to get close to it.
I can't quite understand. If you're going to be at deep fine leg, you might as well be at deep fine leg and then charge in. It's very difficult to get back.
He hit that well, and well taken too. He brought the fielder around to his left. Wasim Akram has held a catch. Almost an identical shot to the one he played earlier to get 4. But on this occasion, Wasim Akram was somewhat squarer, anticipated well, and made a good catch.
Well, you don't want to be too hard on batsmen, but really fell for the 3-card trick there. The second time, the first time, Wasim Akram was a fraction in too. Had to run back. This time he was right on the fence. He's a fine athlete, Wasim Akram. He took a very good catch. Boone out for 11. It's 1 for 22.
Well, for the first time this season and after this innings.
That's hit very well. Just one bounce and over the fence. That'll do a lot for Alan Border's confidence. Really good shot. And that's gone right through the gap. The gap between the makeshift wicketkeeper and the injured Carter at first. Beautifully placed by Border. Boy, isn't that outfield quick?
Lovely shot. Border, now a different one, bowling to the left-hander. He strays wide and pays the penalty. Straight out of the Alan Border scrapbook, that one. Alan Border at the moment. That's what Australia need.
Right. Got that off the meat.
There's a lot of paddock out there to aim for. Too good for the fieldsman.
Was. Nice deflection, beautifully played. The spraying on leg stump. The red glance brings up 4 runs. 1 for 92. Good shot. He's a beautiful cutter, Alan Border. He just cannot bowl short. Superb stroke.
Please.
Marsh pulls. That's beautifully played. Australia getting on top here at the Melbourne Cricket Ground with a fine batting performance.
By the Australian victory in the semi-finals when Australia beat them. He's gone, caught behind, and Javed Miandad very happy at getting the wicket. Not to say surprised that it's been caught. So Alan Border goes, caught by Amar off the bowling of Javed, and the fine innings ended just before it looks as if we're going to get a storm here at the MCG.
In fact, Dad is bowling to Marsh.
Down to the boundary it goes, and David's not very happy. I don't really understand why he really is continuing with David. And this
It's going to be difficult for the bowlers for an over 2. He's bringing up the third man. That's a danger. To take a man up out of the third man position, it leaves a big gap behind that fieldsman if he gets off line. Always a dangerous pull, and rarely works that.
Pulled away nicely. Beautiful shot that was. That was a superb pull shot.
It certainly was, and one wonders why Jarvis is bowling at this stage. Sweep, not striking.
Bowled him. So that's the end of Marsh. That's not, it's Mark Wall. That's the end of Mark Wall. Bowled, trying to swing across the line of that one for 12. This is how it happened.
Ball spinning a long way. Very good delivery. Clean bowls Mark Wall, Torsif. 3 for 178.
Ball big appeal, that's got to be close. Yes, it's gone, out LBW. Both the Wars back in the pavilion.
Well, he's gone from ball wallabies to scorched almonds, Torsif, in the one over. He's taken a lot of punishment this series, and all of a sudden he gets a couple on line, a bit of turn. He's picked up the War brothers. Spinning a long way. Whether it would have hit leg stump, umpire Crafty thought so. War out for a duck. LBW to Torsif. 4 for 178.
So good. No ball. Ball wasn't too high.
Graham Wood was pretty disappointed.
Couldn't have been more perfectly placed. Beat the man at backward square inside the circle and beat the man on the fence as well. 4 for 212. Perfect way to bring up the 100. And that century will give a great deal of pleasure to a lot of people around Australia. He's a very gutsy cricketer, this fellow. A delight to see him back in form, have his feet moving. These runs are very important for Australia because, although superficially one knows it makes Pakistan's job more difficult, there is the added thing that Pakistan have to get their run rate up. That's a thinking shot. Razi Bakram, the bowler. Marsh has given that some hammer. A beautiful stroke. This is a great assault by these players.
Just builds his run rate up steadily. I've seen him a few times in the late overs, in limited overs matches, hit the ball pretty well.
Oh, he wasn't really putting in the big ones round there, and I don't think his captain's all that pleased with him. Brilliant stuff from Jeff Marsh. The 250 came up in 263 balls, and the 50. Welcome back, and what a marvellous performance that was from the Australians. First of all, Marsh, and then Border. Border playing in splendid touch today, and then the rest of the side getting the score up to that final total of 4 for 258. 125 unbeaten to Marsh and 24 to Wood. That was a great partnership. 80 in just 49 balls faced, and Border 60 from 83 balls himself. Mark Ward chipped in almost a run from every ball he faced. Steve Waugh out for a duck, but it didn't matter in the context of the innings. 43 overs, 4 for 258. A marvellous performance, and so good to see Jeff Marsh back with his feet moving properly, and so too Alan Border. The bowling figures for Pakistan, they took some real hammer out there, just 43 overs gone. A very, very good performance with the bat. The fielding, well, I think it's better to draw a discreet veil over that. It wasn't all that good. Now, the situation with regard to the Australian fielding section of this game now is that there will be 40...
To you as clearly as we can. Pakistan's present run rate is 4.16. That's worked out on their previous matches where they've scored 1,401 runs from 337 overs. And that gives you the run rate of 4.16. One gone, an immediate loss for Pakistan, and for the second consecutive match, Javed Miandad is run out. The non-striker, Javed, involved in a run out, I should say, with Saeed Anwar, the young left-hander, not being able to face the ball. So Javed Miandad again engaged in a run out as he was at Brisbane. Saeed Anwar committed himself too far.
In the first over in Brisbane, it was 1 for none, 2 for none, and here we see a repeat at the MCG. Battles the duck, accompanying Anwar from the MCG, a long, lonely walk, and Pakistan reeling at 1 for none.
Up go the umbrellas in the background, off come the players, down comes the rain.
Rain of Gary Alderman is the bowler.
And they're certainly utilizing the field restrictions in these first 5 overs, going over the top.
Very difficult too.
So here's O'Donnell. That's a high one. A long time coming down, but safely held by Steve Waugh.
And there's a lot of high fives there. Steve Waugh, Thursday night, took that remarkable catch running into the sight screen. The degree of difficulty for this one, certainly a far easier catch. You've got to hang on to him. The ball's wet. There's a bit of wind around. Not the easiest of catches, but very safe hands. Pakistan now 2 wickets down, 13 on the board. Imran Khan at the crease, 2 very worthy players for the hope of Pakistan.
Hoisted that into the outfield, it's skidding across the turf, and there's a long chase here for big Merv Hughes, who holds it back, but then it ricochets from his boot and goes into the gutter. So he crashed into that sideboard. Wonder the whole place hasn't fallen down.
Too sure just how much common sense there was there. A lot of bravado, a lot of momentum, but Big Merv has hit that fence very, very hard.
That's a fine shot. So 2 boundaries to Javed Miandad has picked things up here for Pakistan. 10 off the over. So he's going to bowl now. Merv Hughes. And there are a few people in those stands running up with him. That's in the air, and here's another high catch, and taken this time by Peter Taylor. So there'll be plenty of high catches now, and they're sticking this evening, not as they were a week ago.
Well, Merv has brought happiness out there to Bay 13, this huge grey concrete coliseum. That was the high ball, but let's feel for Peter Taylor. 5 stitches in the hand. He's under this. Will it hurt or will it not? Can I grab it tight enough? He does. He feels no pain. And the 3rd Pakistan wicket goes down. Javed Miandad. A very important departure for 16. Pakistan 3 for 37.
It's going to be Peter Taylor coming into the attack. Could get 4 if he keeps bowling like that. perfect record so far. 1 delivery, 1 wicket.
Yes, he gets those caught and bowled so often, and he never makes a mistake. Salim Malik out-caught and bowled Peter Taylor off the very first ball he bowled here tonight. Pretty straightforward catch too, and in she goes, 1 for none. And Pakistan 4 for 59.
Well, Alan Border has tricked us all. He's going to be the 6th bowler.
Amar Malik is the new batsman.
And another caught and bowled. They're experts at it, these two, Peter Taylor and Alan Border. They work in tandem.
And I'll tell you what, it was a good one too. It was smashed back at him. Border was nice and calm, hardly moved, and it went thundering into his hands there. Tremendous caught and bowled. Perhaps another one for the Scripps, classic catches.
Good delivery, the Yorker, but unfortunately for Australia, Simon O'Donnell slipped over, and as he went to take off for that ball, and so once again Imran retains the strike. That's going to fall in between the two fieldsmen, Mark Waugh and Dean Jones. They're slipping and sliding all over the place. So, another 2. That's the area. Simon O'Donnell going back. Got his hands on it. Would have been a magnificent catch. Imran is normally such a good time. 11 runs needed off the last over. Terry Alderman is going to bowl it for Australia. It should get 2. It's Stephen Waugh. Imran is slow. Good piece of outfielding there by... Imran runs for the bye. And he's out. What a great throw there by Ian Healy. Didn't take the glove off. He got the underarm away and hit the off stump. And that's a great blow for Australia.
Certainly was a great piece of work by Healy, and then possibly just not charging down the wicket and carrying an injury. See, it takes a long time to leave the crease there, and that probably cost him dearly. In the end, he had plenty of time to steady, and Imran just short of his ground. Run out for 41. The end of a fine innings, 6 for 105 in the final over.
Border is the one man in close in a position to save a single and keep Shoaib on strike. He's got it into the gap. Merv Hughes there at backward square. So 9 needed, 3 balls to go.
Some space there. 3 balls remaining, 9 runs. You have to put your money on Australia. The boundaries haven't come in the last 14 overs. They've defended brilliantly here. All the conditions favouring the batsman.
He's bowling. He's hit off stump. So Terry Alderman once again doing the job for Australia. He did it the other night against the West Indies. He's doing it against Pakistan.
And the lesson here for the younger guy, he was at the stumps. Wasn't Ackland's hit the stumps many times this year, and rightly so, I say. Beautiful piece of bowling, right at the stumps, no width at all, and there it goes away, ricocheting down to the third man position. Well bowled, Terry Alderman.
That's it, a great victory to Australia. They certainly would have felt cheated if they had have lost that, because the match was reduced to a 19-over game by the rain.
108 for the loss of 7 wickets in their full 19 overs allotted in the end by the umpires, needing 115. So Australia won by a faster run rate. 108 for 7. Imran, an outstanding innings. It was all a bit slather and whack out there, but very exciting for the crowd here. 42 in 40 balls faced, and 7 for 108, and 19 overs bowled there. And the bowling figures for Australia, there were some good efforts there, I tell you. They were on a hiding from nothing all the time there, those bowlers, and they did a terrific job. I thought Simon O'Donnell bowled well, 4 overs for 15, but there's no point in picking anyone out there. It was a terrific job from everyone on that list, and all the players in the field, because it was sheer hardship out there in very, very slippery conditions and with a wet ball, and they did a terrific job. 9 times out of 10, the side in the field would be beaten in those circumstances.
And $500, and none other than Jeff Morris. Congratulations. You really must have enjoyed that today.
Yeah, I did, Tony. It's been a hard season, and get a few runs today was great.
That wicket obviously improved dramatically today. Not quite so much grass on it. Came onto the bat nicely.
Yeah, it's a good wicket, one-day wicket, and I hope we keep them up.
And what about the West Indies now? We've got to do something about getting 250 against them.
I haven't seen them around for a couple of days. They haven't gone home, have they?
Very good luck in the final.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Thanks for coming down. Righto, Rich, that's all from down here.
Jeffrey Marsh, the player of the match, and the points table in the Benson Hedges World Series Cup now. Those two teams, West Indies and Australia, go into